to do is obviously teach you a bit about soldering, and in doing that we're going to build a Drawdio thing, one of these, which makes funny sounds. Draw with it, hence drawing sounds. Basically, if you want to do your own thing, you want to just get ahead and do it, you can just carry on and solder, that's cool. And if you want to do any modifications, anything like that, then you can just carry on and do it. I'll show some videos which show modifications that people have done to this circuit to do different things. But the first thing we're going to do is talk about soldering. And because we're talking about soldering, I'm going to bring in some health and safety stuff. I'm going to say all this. Obviously, a soldering iron melts metal, so it is going to be hot. So try not to burn yourself. I managed to burn myself there this morning.
Just now.
It's going to happen. Second thing is there are fumes from the solder. It's actually from the resin burning off in the middle of the solder. They're not good for you. We should maybe keep the windows open. Don't breathe them in. If you're doing lots of soldering, you should have some kind of ventilation units. I think we'll just keep the windows open here and it should be okay. Also, I'm going to show you here with leaded solder, which is the kind of old school solder. It is the easiest to work with, that's why we're using it here, because it's the easiest to learn, and once you learn with it, you can then change to lead-free quite easily. But it's not what you should be using. Lead is actually toxic, so you should wash your hands after doing any of this. I would say don't eat and drink, but yeah, anyway. Wash your hands after doing this session. That's quite important. The reason that it's been banned recently in most consumer goods is that there was so much lead being kind of thrown away, it was getting into the water supply, and that's why we've now banned lead in all consumer devices. I think all consumer devices. Anyway, so yeah. Okay, what is soldering? Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create an electronic circuit. Electronic circuit is electrons flowing through a conductor. What we're doing with soldering is we're creating a point where all these components with different metal leads are connected together. We're trying to connect them together with a very good, very low resistance metallic connection. What we do to do that is we use solder, which melts and it forms a metal connection between the two metals. Sometimes you can solder the components directly together. I've seen that. That used to happen in the old days. Some old radios, you take them apart, they just solder together the leads. But normally, what you do is you have a circuit board, either a printed circuit board or strip board, something like that, and you put your little components into the board, wherever, and then you solder that connection, and then your lead is connected very well with a low resistance connection to the metal track, and that takes the flow of electrons, the electrical connection to the next point on the circuit board. And yeah, you can see that it's kind of obvious.